Hey guys, Ben here. Welcome back to another live stream. Today we are here with Eric for the DCTV show episode 64. Hopefully this is working. We should be live as of right now. Yes, it's just popped up. So we're doing something different today because today's live stream is we're using a different program and it's like a whole new thing that I'm trying to get used to. And so I would ask most of you guys if you normally send in super chats or if you intend in sending in super chats for today's live stream, please be sure to send them in the link in the chat. And basically it will be the same, it will act all the same. It's going to pop up on the top right corner of the screen, just above Eric over there. And so, yeah, it's just a new thing I'm testing out. So please be sure if you do have any questions that you want to bring up and you want me and Eric to talk about, click on the link. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's like you choose your amount you want to support towards the channel, and then you write a comment and it's going to pop up on the screen, exactly the same as super chats. Super chats are still enabled, so if you can't figure it out, go ahead and use the super chat function. But yeah, so today's live stream we have some topics, but we don't have like loads of topics. There is obviously the Superboy set photos, which we'll talk about. I know Eric put out a video and we definitely all have thoughts on that, and I think you guys will too. So I'm excited to talk about that. We got the crossover comic, there's some new news and a couple of other things. But yeah, so what's up, Eric, and how you been this week?
I've been good this week. How are you doing? How are things with you?
Pretty good. We're supposed to have a storm tomorrow, so kind of good that we're
We
doing
actually
this.
we actually have a wind advisory tonight where the winds are going to
Mm,
be pretty bad. So I'm hoping
mm.
that doesn't affect power or anything like that. We had solar panels installed on the house,
Oh
and
yeah.
so we've been trying to get those working. And today was the first day that it was enough sun to like
Mm.
charge it up. So trying to be environmentally
That's good.
responsible. So yeah.
No, that is really cool. Hopefully it all works. Like that's a big step, and
I
like you had some troubles, but yeah,
Yeah, it crashed. One of them crashed through the roof, so we had to have the roof repaired.
that's
So
freaking crazy.
yeah,
That's
when they put it in, they didn't have enough support on that side of the house.
I
So
guess it happens frequently then.
yeah,
Maybe.
it's they have to be really careful. But it's fine now. So we're just gonna you know hope that that doesn't
Mm.
happen again.
Okay.
So
Anything DCTV wise that was interesting this week that people.
Peacemaker finale was really
Hmm.
good.
You can talk a bit about that.
So
I haven't seen it yet, but I know people in the chat have seen it, so we
there's
can
huge, huge,
non-spoiler.
huge, huge, huge
Yeah.
cameos in it. So yeah.
Huge cameos. Like, is it huge, or like huge off the
I mean,
screen
like,
huge?
I don't think you could have bigger cameos than this on a TV show. Like, I
Okay.
mean, I feel like this was pretty big. Yeah.
Okay, that is crazy. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't watched any episodes. Oh,
Mhm.
we have our first donation, which you should be able to see on the screen, which is exciting. So, anyway, before it goes, Thomas Scott sends in a £3 donation. Thank you very much, Thomas. He says, I like Peacemaker, so it's on topic, but it feels a little overrated by people, lol. I do like it, though, especially the intro. Also, I got 3 days off uni here in Glasgow because of the storms. Get in. So, thank you very much. The function worked. That is awesome. And yeah, I think. Wait, did you enjoy the series as a whole, Eric?
Mhm.
Talk about
Yeah, I did
Peacemaker
enjoy
a bit.
it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what would be considered overhyped. I mean, I think it's a really good series. I mean, there are people that are saying it's like better than this and better than that, but you're
Hmm.
always going to have people that say that about stuff that they like. I mean, I don't really. I mean, what are you going to do? Tell them no, you can't like it more than something else? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if we're talking about the media, yeah, it's getting overhyped. But the thing is that WB, like the whole DC thing,
Hmm.
has been taking so many punches lately. I mean, give them a win. Let them have something
Yeah.
that's good. Like overhyped or not. I mean, look at all the drama they've had. I mean, this is a big successful thing for James Gunn and the people behind this project.
Yeah, I'm
So
happy for James because, I mean, I think like I really like the Suicide Squad, but he got like a lot of attention drawn to it because it wasn't like the biggest film ever. Like, it didn't do that well. And so with them having whatever big cameos in this and like them getting a season 2 is pretty cool, right? Like, it's a spin-off off of the film. Has that happened yet in the DCU?
No, and I will say also that oh, do we have somebody join in?
Hey, what's up?
Not too bad.
How are you?
We
The member of the channel. Welcome,
we've had quite a few like ties together, but I think that this show is probably the biggest step they've had in terms of like, you know, connecting the movies with the TV stuff. So
yeah. Yeah, if it's okay with you guys, just for the stream, like maybe we can do a stream soon where we invite all of you guys in. But we're just gonna try and keep on topic. But thanks for joining, Jamie. That's a member of the channel. Jamie is awesome. But yeah, so this is on the DCTV show Discord. So we're just testing this out. So yeah. Anyway, I just want to say that. Sorry, Jamie. But yeah, no, it's cool. I'm very happy. I'm very happy for, you know, everything that is going on in regards to you know, James Gunn and DC and everything. Okay, look, we've got it in the chat, but also we got it here. So Metron donated through Super Chat $5. You think the Flash's last season will set up a spin-off, and would it be a speedster? Thoughts, Eric?
I don't know. You know, I would like to think that we would continue to get you know, Flash related stuff on television because of the success of the TV series. But, and I'm going to say this is a big but, if the movie does well and Grant decides to retire from the series, I don't see them rushing to do another Flash TV show.
Yeah. Like,
Ezra Miller, you know, being involved with this project puts it at a different level in terms of like the what they're doing with the series. So if they decide they want to move forward with the Flash, I think it's going to be in the movie side because of the fact that I think this film, the Flash film, is going to make a lot of money for them. Yeah. So, you know, that might be the problem.
Yeah, it's like a big multiverse film. Like, they're going to have Michael Keaton in it. I think Ben Affleck showing up. You know, I
have a theory about Superman and Lois in terms of like what's going on with that and with the Flash situation. So we see a lot of these shows getting greenlit or pilot orders for things that are not connected to the Arrowverse. The only thing we've seen so far is the Diggle series. And I'm a little worried that it's not going to happen because my theory on this is the reason why Superman and Lois feels like so disconnected from the other shows is because they are preparing for the Flash to end. Yeah. Because once the Flash ends, that would mean that the only shows left in that universe that would connect together would be Batwoman, Legends, and Superman and Lois. And you could literally do those shows completely independent without ever crossing them over with each other. Yeah. So I think they are keeping Superman and Lois separate because they are preparing for the inevitable end of the Flash, and by not making it super connected to the rest of the shows, they don't have to worry about dealing with anything connected to Batwoman or Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah. And the other thing is, if they do move forward with the Justice U show with Diggle, that might be something that is also connected, but not really connected with the Arrowverse. So I think the writing's on the wall. I hate to say this, but I feel like that we might get one more season of The Flash just for them to wrap it up. And I mean one more on top of what we're already getting. Okay. So I'm thinking 2 more years of The Flash, and then that might be it. Because if the movie does, I can promise you this, if that movie makes over $1 billion, it will devalue the show. Unfortunately. It will make the show's value go down because the show is not going to get anywhere near that amount of money ever, even if it runs for another decade. So that would be a problem. And Grant probably is getting to the point where he's ready to sort of hang up the boots, maybe. I'm not putting words in his mouth. This is all speculation, but it just feels to me like they're getting ready to not end DC TV shows, but maybe sort of end that connected world and start making like individual shows that aren't connected together. Without the Arrow, because if the Flash goes, I'll be honest, and the chat can sort of chime in on this too. If the Flash goes, I don't think anybody cares if Batwoman ever crosses over with Superman and Lois, or if Legends of Tomorrow ever crosses over with Batwoman. I don't think anybody cares about that. Literally, everybody just wants to see the Flash and Superman together.
Yeah. Or like the Flash and Stargirl, or the Flash and everyone, basically.
Right, but see, that's the other thing is with Stargirl's not crossed over on our Earth yet. I mean, I know she is in the comics, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But in the live action, she hasn't done it yet. I don't know if there's any plans to do it or not. And Naomi hasn't connected to that. Gotham Knights is not going to be connected. So as of right now, I mean, yeah, it would be great to see Batwoman and Legends crossover with Superman, but everybody really wants to see the Flash and Superman team up.
Yeah.
If they announced that the crossover event was the Flash and Superman for next year, people would lose their minds.
I would lose my mind. That's what I want as well.
Yeah.
Well, I want one big crossover next year because we mentioned this before. It's like the 10th anniversary. It would be cool if it is like a big crossover. Mm-hmm. But yeah. It's true. Like, everyone cares about the Flash, and if the Flash film does big, you're right. Maybe it puts less value on the TV, because maybe then DC is like, okay, so like, if Grant wants to go away, it's fine, because we can continue the Flash in the films because it's successful for us. So that definitely could be.
There's a flip side to that though, Ben. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If the movie doesn't do well, they might push harder to keep the show around. So
they might pay them like much more money to keep.
They might say, "Wait a minute, people aren't interested in Flash in the movies, but they really love the TV show. So let's pump more time into the TV show." So does that mean we want the movie to fail or not? I mean, it's a tough one. I don't know.
50-50. Let it do good, but not too good. But I think they're gonna really. I think there's a slim chance that it does like badly. Because everyone's interested in it. Also, Cal sent in a super chat that just popped up on the screen. Okay. Also, you can see it here over my face. Thank you very much for the super chat, Cal. I really appreciate it.
It wasn't a question? I didn't see it.
No, there was no question.
Okay.
But yeah, once again, just as a reminder, if you do want to send in any donations towards the channel, please be sure to use the link that is in the chat. It's going through regularly, and it's also in the description. And your donation will be at the top right corner of the screen. It's going to pop up just like a normal super chat. So if you want to support the channel, and if you've got any questions in regards to anything we're talking about, or just like general, anything in general, please be sure to use that link in the chat, the Streamlabs link, and your obviously your contributions appreciated, but it will be shown on the video as well, and we'll answer it. So yeah, let's move on to our next topic. So I think we should talk about the biggest thing this week, and that is Superboy. That is Jonathan Kent as supposedly Superboy. What do you think about it? What was your like instant reaction when you first saw it? And you guys in the chat, you tell us as well. When you first saw that, what were you like? Were you freaking out? What was going through your mind? Go ahead.
I wasn't sure what was happening. I was at work, and I got tagged in it on Twitter by a few people, and I was like, oh, let me see what this is. And I went and looked, and I was like, oh, this is pretty wild. Because, well, first of all, I don't know if I've ever talked about it on your show or not, but I'm not a fan of like homemade costumes. I don't like them. I like the fantasy of like the actual like they've been doing it for 3 years and they have this awesome suit. Like that's kind of my fantasy of superheroes. So I don't like the idea of homemade costumes. And I think that the Superboy suit looks very like year one Superboy because it's a lot of just regular pieces of clothing, which is fine. I mean, if he's Kryptonian, they don't really need armor or anything like that. So it makes sense. But it's a combination for me of like the more modern version with Connor Kent than it was the 90s like Con-El before he changed over and started wearing the t-shirt and jeans. And so the progression of the character. Somebody in the video was like, they're the same character. And I'm like, yeah, but there's definitely, like, when you say Con-El, people think of the 90s version. And when you say Connor, they know exactly which one you're talking about. So that's what I mean when I say that. So it's like a combination of the black t-shirt with the, like, leather jacket from the 90s all put together into one, with one look. And I think it's okay. I have no issues with it. I've made a rule, and I don't remember when I made this rule, but it was within the last couple of years, where I will not judge a costume completely until I see it, like, in motion. Because, like, behind the scenes photos are great, but I like the set photos, and I want to see it on video to see how it goes and what they do with it. So I'm going to just wait on my final opinion on it. But I'll say, for me, it was exciting to see that they're doing it, but I'm not necessarily excited by the design of the costume. So
I think that's the same with me. I think I have similar thoughts. I pretty much don't like that kind of tacky, very like homemade style. I like what they did with when Supergirl was doing her montage in season 1 when she was getting her suits. The suits they were making were actual like good looking suits with good materials. And I like that she was going out with them rather than, just me or you, like, who have no clothing design skills or have no access to it. I don't really like, I can't imagine myself, like, if I suddenly got powers, I want a cool suit. I don't want to put, like, normal clothing on and have, like, a symbol, So, anyway, it's just, like, a thing that I think those...
You look like a fan.
Yeah, you look like
a fan. You don't look like an actual suit. You like right. So we saw on Superman and Lois, there are actually people selling Superman items like clothing, like shirts, memorabilia, merch. All of that is being sold. So if you're walking around in a pair of jeans, a t-shirt, and a jacket, I mean, you could be anybody. That's not really a costume.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing is that we've talked about this before. I've talked about it with Supergirl and I've talked about it with Superman. I am willing to dismiss the ridiculous belief that they would not know that Supergirl and Superman are Kara and Clark. Like, I'm willing to do that because they're classic characters and I understand it. But Jonathan is a new character within the Arrowverse. He's never, we're not meeting him as a superhero. We met him without his powers. If he's flying around without a mask on, wearing a jacket and jeans, I mean, people are going to know who he is. I don't believe that they wouldn't know who that is. And then they would put 2 and 2 together and go, oh, it's funny. Superman now, I sort of notice he looks like Clark. And it's going to be even worse if Jordan gets a suit and starts flying around, because then it's like, I mean, it's pretty much a dead giveaway at that point. Yeah. So, I could, like, honestly, I would hate all the shows if I harped on that too much. Mm-hmm. But in the back of my mind, it does bug me. Like, I'm like, why is he not wearing at least some goggles or something? Because in the 90s, he had the glasses, the black glasses that he wore. Yeah. I'm like, you could have at least gave him some goggles or something to sort of make it seem like you're trying to hide his identity. But...
Okay, I'm going to bring up a theory. So I just made a video, literally uploaded it a couple of hours ago. I'm going to pop up a picture on the screen. I don't think you're going to be able to see Eric, but yeah, it's on a live stream in between us. So it's a photo behind the scenes from Canada Graphs. You can check out his blog. All the photos are over there. And in this photo, I think it reveals what's going on. So this was my theory in my video today. So you know how he's going around and he's with Superman, right? Like, you're like, why is he not, like, trying to disguise himself? Like you said, everyone knows that, like, they would definitely make that comparison. It literally looks like Jonathan. But if you actually look closer, and I don't know if you're looking at the stream, Eric, but basically his cape, Superman's cape, is all torn.
I saw that, yeah.
Like Bizarro's. So I'm pretty sure my theory is this is Bizarro World, and this version of Jonathan is not our version of Jonathan. I really don't think Clark would trust him and, like, let him be on X-Kryptonite or something this whole time, and I don't think he's going to be able to just suddenly become, like, a superhero or something straight away. And so I think this is actually a flashback is what we're seeing to Bizarro World or wherever Bizarro came from, and we'll realize maybe that this version of Bizarro is actually like a Superman from another Earth, and somehow, maybe due to Crisis, he ended up here basically, and so that's my theory. What do you think about that?
No, I mean that sounds fine. I would probably say you're probably close to what's going on, because some of the other theories were that this is Bizarro, but on our Earth with his son, like that comes through from the multiverse to save him or something.
Yeah. Also,
I mean, it could be either or. I mean, I like yours better. I think yours is more interesting than the one that I've heard. So.
I guess this could be actually on our Earth, but only because this is a set photo, and we wouldn't see if there was any like CGI on his face, making him look like Bizarro. So I'm just kind of running off the assumption that he doesn't have that CGI on his face, that he's a normal version of Superman on another Earth. But in this instance,
so the only giveaway is the costume, the cape.
That's the only giveaway. Yeah. And it doesn't look that well. I mean, it is torn, but it doesn't look as torn as the other one, as far as I can remember. So I don't know. That's just kind of my assumption, and I could totally be wrong. And obviously, they do flip the costume in post. I don't think they have a physical costume that's flipped.
No, you're probably right. They basically mirror the image.
Because I know that looking at photos of Tyler side by side, I know that his hair is flipped the other way around. So I do think they literally just mirror the image. So yeah, that kind of goes against my theory. However, it's definitely, I think it's a solid theory, like you were saying.
No, your theory makes a lot of sense. I just don't know how much they're going to flesh out that story. I would like for them to like do maybe a whole episode on him, like an episode of just his world, because we know that he's in a containment suit when we meet him inside the mines. Yeah. So how does he get there? What was he doing down there? Why was he in the suit? Why does he have that amulet around his neck? I mean, I'm assuming that if we got one full episode that was just about his Earth, that might be helpful. So maybe they will. Yours sounds much more interesting. I've heard about 3 different theories, but all of them revolve around it not being our Jonathan and not being our Superman. So
yeah. No, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But we do have a few super chats, so let's go ahead and answer them. Thank you, Dwayne, for the $5 super chat. He's a member of the channel. Dwayne says, wait, let me pop this up on the screen. Sorry, it's literally the chat. So I haven't optimized it. Well, it does pop up, but then it goes away. I need to figure out how to make it stick around. But anyway, so Dwayne's super chat is this. He says, oh my god, I have like 5 screens open. How about how are you doing today? I got a question. Do we date the CW model shop? Yes or no? Do you know what he's saying? Do we date the CW model shop?
We date the CW model shop. Are you saying that is the CW model dated? Like, is it out of date, or is it older and nobody does that anymore? Is that what we're saying? I mean, if that's the case, if that is the question, yes, the original formula for the shows is completely out of date, and it's obvious that people want something different. Naomi is much better in terms of like how it functions with the cast. I think Stargirl is a big, shows that how different it can be. Superman and Lois definitely different. Peacemaker definitely different. I think the cookie cutter formula that came from like Smallville era is pretty much gone. I think that era of making TV shows doesn't work anymore. They're not pulling in the viewers they used to pull in. The younger viewers aren't interested in that kind of dynamic. They want something different. Like if you go to like Netflix or any of these other services and look up any of the shows that have ever been on the CW, even not superhero related, they pretty much, regardless of the format of the show, have the same formula. Like even if the premise is living in space, it's the same formula. Living in the inner city, same formula. Sports related, same formula. They all have the same formula, and I think that formula is aging out of the prime time. So yeah, I mean stuff like Stargirl, Naomi, Superman and Lois, Peacemaker, the Marvel shows, they're all sort of moving beyond that and giving a show its own identity. The pep talk every 5 minutes, the love interest being the main
Yeah.
focus, the side character, like it just that formula is gone. I think the Flash is probably hanging on by a thread with that formula. It needs to change, obviously.
Yeah, it definitely needs to change, and I mean for now it's the way it is. But the HBO Max stuff and like Superman and Lois, yeah, it follows some of the similar things, but at the end of the day, it is a bit different. So I think that is definitely the way forward. Okay, so let's move on. We have a couple more super chats that have been sent in. Thank you very much, and just a reminder, if you can, try and send in through the link, just because I'm trying to test it out this stream. But Metron says, how would you modernize? I can't read. How would you modernize Superman's identity? How would we modernize it?
There isn't any way to do it. Superman's idea of like putting on glasses to hide his identity is so outdated. There's no way to change that. That's why they haven't even tried. There's no way. There's no way to do it. We have facial recognition technology. Seeing someone with purple hair and a mohawk versus regular hair, you're still going to know who they are. Like the idea of that worked back in the earlier comics because they weren't meant to be like real. It was just for fun.
Or just put a mask on. That's the best way to modernize
it. Would be, but the problem is I don't think people would respond well to Superman wearing a full.
I know,
like, completely
I know
mask.
in the case of Superman, but I mean in general, if we want to avoid the conversation of Clark Kent wearing glasses, like obviously it's not a real thing. It's outdated, right? Because people can tell.
There is a way to do it that I can't remember where they talked about it at. Maybe it was on Supergirl. But like the Flash used speed to change the way his voice sounds and to sort of make his face look like a blur.
Yeah.
If they just added something in, like Kryptonians are able to vibrate themselves enough that people can't see their identity, because they should be able to. They can move at super speed. So I don't see why they couldn't. But if they said that was the reason why, then maybe I could believe it. But outside of that, I don't think there's any way to because his identity is his, like, Superman is the real person. Clark Kent is the alias. Like, It's not like other superheroes where Oliver Queen is Oliver Queen and Green Arrow is the superhero. Superman is designed so that his face is visible, that he is the character that is supposed to be the real person. Clark Kent is the one that's hiding his identity. So that's the problem. Unless Clark Kent's going to walk around with a full face mask on, I don't think there's any way to do that. So I think Superman and Lois, though, if we're talking about outside of the identity, I think Superman and Lois has modernized Superman the best, just not his identity.
Yeah, I think what they've done is really impressive. And they follow... I mean, if we're talking about like formulas, they follow some of the CW formulas with the relationship drama and stuff like that. But I think the way that I don't know, like visually, it looks different from the CW. I think it's interesting, and it's definitely the new kind of HBO Max style that later shows are gonna go for and try and emulate. But also in terms of like the villains and the way that they use mystery, it's actually a lot better than a lot of the other shows right now. The other shows have nothing on Superman and Lois in terms of that as of right now. But thanks for the question. I really appreciate it. And I see all of your super chats coming in, and you'll see them popping up. We will get to them one by one. But for now, I've just got the chat up so we can do this. And it's still featured. So is The Flash getting delayed later than March? Gary is here. Welcome, Gary, to the live stream. Eric, is The Flash getting delayed later than March?
Yeah, probably. I would say, it's going to get delayed.
It's going to get, like, super delayed, Gary. I'm sorry, but...
Sorry about that.
It's the truth. Thank you very much, Gary. Duan also sends in another $5 super chat. Thank you very much. He says, hey, buddy, I meant to say... this, do you think the CW might do Shower Shop? Shower Shop?
I don't know. I have no idea what that is.
shower shop. Let me see.
I'm not even gonna try and figure. I don't know what that is. Sorry, Dwan.
If you wanna clarify in the chat, Dwan, that would be really cool. I'm sorry, I don't know. Oh, I think we're just being slow today. We can't think. But I appreciate the super chat, and if you clarify in the chat, we will be sure to answer it right away. Gary sends in another super chat. Thank you very much, Gary. Gary says, do you think The Flash will get to a season 9? You need to fix how do we fix The Flash? When do you think they're going to announce renewals, and will the rest of the show get renewed? So, number 1, will it get a season 9, Eric?
I would be very surprised if we didn't get another couple seasons of The Flash, at the very least. I think, yeah, I mean, I feel like we've got at least 2 more seasons left, for sure. I won't say beyond that, but I think 2 is a good, like, realistic expectation of the show. So that's, I'm gonna put my stamp on at least 2 more seasons, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And in regards to will the rest of the shows get renewed? It seems like Gary was trying to say. Do you think any of them are going to go away? I don't really think there's
not while they're trying to sell it.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll see a show get canceled while they're trying to. Canceling shows would not look good for people who are looking to buy the network.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
so. Unless something is horribly underperforming, I don't think they're going to get rid of it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's move on. So Dwan also sent in another super chat. Let's read this. I got one more question. Do you think the CW might change your mind and bring back... might change their mind and bring back Black Lightning Season 5? I think we answered this before. I don't see Black Lightning coming back at all. It's very unlikely. Yeah, but thank you very much. Thomas sends in a donation, and it's up on the screen right here. You guys just saw that. So he says, do you think Ezra could appear again in The Flash before the movie? Probably use the show to market the movie, since they did the same with Supergirl / Wonder Woman. I remember that. Plus, Ezra seems to love cameos. Well, yeah, he did cameo before, and so I do think there is a high chance that they use the Flash TV show to market it. But do you think he will appear in The Flash again? I don't think Ezra is going to appear. I think he's been very busy, especially with his filming schedule, and he probably doesn't have that much time. I would be surprised if he shows up, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at.
No, I don't see Ezra coming back to The Flash to promote. I mean, right now, look at all the marketing they're doing for the Flash movie. I just don't see any reason to connect that Barry Allen to the show anymore. I would be more inclined to say that I think Grant would be in the film than Ezra would be in the show, if I had to take a guess.
Yeah, that's totally like what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think realistically Ezra is going to come back, but I do think that there is a maybe 70% chance Grant has filmed like a green screen cameo or something up in Vancouver, or maybe he just flew down to LA for a day. Like, you guys know that LA and Vancouver, they're on the same coast, and you can fly down. Actors do it like just for the weekend. So there's always the chance that he just went and filmed something, or just did it in Vancouver on the green screen. So yeah, that's our thoughts on that. But thank you all for the donations and super chats. We'll move on to the next topic. But once again, just a reminder, if you do want to contribute in this live stream, you can do it by super chats like lots of you have. However, there is the link in the description and in the chat, and it's going to pop up on the screen, and that is the best way to do it right now. I'm just trying to test it out, and maybe it's the future, maybe it's not, we'll see. Let's move on to the next topic. So this is very exciting for you guys who are comic book fans and also Arrowverse fans. I'm gonna bring it onto the screen, onto the live stream. I'll share my screen. So this is in regards to the new comic book that they're doing. And so this new comic book, I'm gonna cover my face and keep you on. This new comic book that they're doing is basically, it's called Earth Prime, and it's like a crossover comic. And well, we had looks at Batwoman and Superman Lois. Those were the first two issues, which are coming out in April. And now we have issue 3 and issue 4 coming out. And that's of Legends of Tomorrow, which is issue 3, as you can see up here. Legends of Tomorrow, issue 3. And then Stargirl, issue 4. And they're both due out in May, it seems. And so they've released new cover art for the issues. And this is a crossover event, although you will have to wait till episode 5 to have like every character crossover. But basically they're taking this as a way of doing a crossover, but that is canon to the Arrowverse, but isn't like necessarily very taxing in terms of getting all the cast together. Like basically in this Legends crossover, like if we read the description, it brings back a lot of people. So hold on to your Bebos, everyone. Ray Palmer, who is back, assembles the retired Legends. See, these are the actors who aren't on the show anymore, so they've taken this liberty to do this, for one last go around after he learns Mick Rory's Nekrian children have been kidnapped by a group of mysterious assassins. But is this universe-spanning mission really what it seems? And so if you see the cover art, I don't know if I can zoom in. I mean, I think this is the best we can do. So Hawkman's here, Hawkgirl's here. I believe
Gary.
Huh? Who's here?
Gary is the alien.
And Gary's the what? Gary's an alien? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then we also have Heatwave here, and also, isn't that Jax? I
Where?
think that's Jax. At the bottom, or is that Captain Cold?
Well, it is Captain Cold, but it's not the. It's clearly not the one that we know.
Yeah, it's
so I'm a
not.
little bit confused. I'm guessing maybe it is Jackson as Captain Cold,
I don't know. It kind of
because he doesn't have Firestorm powers anymore. So
maybe
it is, and that's Ray.
That definitely isn't Captain Cold though. Like
is Jackson listed as part of the comic?
I mean, I believe that's the only reason I said it, was because I saw chatter online that he was maybe part of the
So it says the article I'm looking at here. It says Captain Cold will be the former Firestorm Jax Jackson operating as the anti-hero. So he's taking over as Captain Cold in the comic.
That's interesting. That is
I wonder if that'll come back to the show. Is he going to come back as the show?
Because that gives him maybe a reason to come back, because he's different. But that issue is by some of the people who've worked on the show, and this is coming out in May, and this is issue 3 of Earth Prime. Then issue 4, and this is the cover art. So we have Stargirl and also Pat Duggan as Stripe. And so issue 4, the synopsis is: the Dugan-Whitmore family vacation is in full swing, but something sinister lurks in the woods, stalking Pat Duggan. Can Stargirl and Stripe face down the threat from Pat's past and preserve their summer trip, or will it come to a tragic end? So I would presume, if we're talking about Pat's past and a past threat, it's something that probably threatened the Justice Society, right? Surely.
Yeah. This seems like a very comic book story to me. It seems very contained as well. So, I'm curious to how that's going to connect with the other stuff, like the other shows.
Yeah, I definitely think it's like, it sounds the most contained as far as I can remember. I mean, Superman Lois, that issue is going to explore the Superman from John Henry Irons Earth, so that's less contained. And it's also going to be a flashback. like to
Yeah, it's really cool.
Superman.
I see a lot of people saying that it's because so crash course on Gary. Gary was revealed to be an alien on Legends a couple seasons ago,
I think
and
I remember
there are
that.
other aliens from his planet, and one of them is Mick's girlfriend, who is the queen, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. No one cares. Thank you for correcting us that it's Gary's girlfriend. I mean, the alien species literally you can't tell who they are. They all look
Okay.
exactly identical. So. Okay, it's the girlfriend. I don't really like. I have very little
Why is
interest
Gary
in
an
that.
alien?
It doesn't make sense. It's a dumb retcon. It literally doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. But it's Legends. I mean, I don't expect any real stuff from that show.
Legends
Anyway.
will be legends, people.
The Legends start coming out in April, I believe.
Okay.
The comics come out in April, I believe.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, that's the closest you'll get me to watching Legends.
I'll probably
Read
read the comic. I mean, I'll read it probably because
I'll read
I
the
want to read
comic.
all of them. But
I
yeah, I
prefer to read the comic than watch the show.
like people think that I constantly hate on Legends. The reality is, I know a ton of people love that show, but it's just not my cup of tea. And I would never campaign for people to not watch it. I'm just not going to watch it.
Yeah, like I'm never gonna actively seek it out, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna like stop people from watching the show if they like it. You know, that's their thoughts. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this crossover comic. It's definitely something interesting, and I think it's a good way to go around not necessarily being able to get everyone together. I think it is a good idea. But yeah, let's move on to some of these super chats that I've got on the screen. So, Dwan.
Oh, just a heads up,
yeah.
because I have my game stream coming up at 6 my time.
Yeah.
So I've got about 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna have to jump off. So
No, that's literally what we got left. So
Okay.
we got 15 minutes left, guys. So that is your warning. If you have any questions, please be sure to send them in right now, and we'll be sure to answer them. Obviously, we've got quite a few super chats and donations coming in, so we are answering them. And I mean, I see the questions in the chat. However, we just don't have the time today. Like, if we can do a longer stream, maybe some Thursday, we'll be sure to do that. So keep your questions in mind. Comment them underneath videos and everything, or just send them to me on Twitter, and I'll be sure to answer if we haven't got around to them. So sorry about that. But for now, Dwan sends in another super chat. So he says, "Hey buddy, I meant to say this. Do you think the CW might do Static Shock?" Yeah, I guess.
Oh, Static Shock. Got it. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
what were we saying before?
Shower Shop.
Shower
Shop. Static Shock.
See what I mean? Like, on a normal day, I would get that if you said shock.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so thanks for sending it in and supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Do you think Static Shock is a possibility?
I think they're doing another format for that. I believe that there was some talk. I
think they're doing
wasn't
a film.
Yeah, I think it's moving in a different direction. So I wouldn't expect to see that character on the CW. Plus, there's already talks about like keeping similar style characters split up a little bit from the actual network stuff. And yeah, so I think that they're definitely moving in a different direction with that. And I believe there's been theories and rumors about who's going to be directing it and stuff. So we're going to see a Static Shock property somewhere, but I think it's going to be a movie.
Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to see like some form of him. I think Michael B. Jordan was working on it, so
Yeah, that was one of the names that was connected to it.
I think it's definitely going to happen with someone like him attached. But yeah, that's our answer. Thanks for the super chat once again. Silhouetted Animator, welcome. Silhouetted Animator says, no Constantine in the comic because J.J. Abrams hate him. I think they're doing something with... Obviously, they're doing Constantine on the show, but he's like changed now. And then also, they are developing Justice League Dark, I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah,
I don't think that's the reason.
Like Matt is playing Gwen Davies, I think is his name on Legends of Tomorrow now, who's like an inventor character. So
Man. Who cares? Like, just do Constantine. Okay, Victor D. Chinchilla is here. Welcome to the stream and thanks for donating. He says, hello, Ben and Eric. Ben, will you be on Eric's game today? Who has the best season 1 and 2 so far in the Arrowverse. To answer your question, yeah, I should be around for a bit for Eric's if he wants me.
It's going to be a game stream, so you can just stay on for a little bit and go if you need to go.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the answer to that. And then who has the best season 1 and 2 so far in the Arrowverse? I think easily The Flash, right?
Yeah, I was thinking it's either Flash or Arrow, but
Arrow's
think
good, but
yeah, I think for me, if I'm going back and rewatching like season 1 of 2 of any of the Arrowverse shows, it's going to be The Flash for sure.
Like overall quality. The Flash, but like Arrow has like some really freaking strong episodes in season 1 and 2. I think, like, for me, I really like Supergirl season 1 and 2, but they're not on the same level as The Flash. So, yeah.
Supergirl had the same issues that, like, say, Batwoman did, because they went from one network to another, whereas Batwoman had one lead actress to another lead actress. So, whenever you have that kind of issue between seasons, it's going to make it weird. So, that was the biggest issue, I think, for Supergirl.
Yeah.
Supergirl season 3 is so good. I love season 3 of Supergirl. Well, everything for the very end of it was complicated, but everything else I thought was really good.
Yeah, like
would you say Rain was the best villain for Supergirl
she's
ever?
Definitely the best villain. And season 3 of Supergirl is like high up there. Like I really, really like it. It's really good. But I do have like a strong kind of connection to, especially season 1. I was rewatching some of it recently. I really enjoy it because I just remember, like, I've watched Supergirl since the first day it came out, and I remember watching it and like being like, wow, falling in love with the show. Like, and then I mean, it's like very nostalgic for me.
Somebody's saying they're hearing echoes. You're not getting echo on my end because I have headphones on and I only have one mic, so it's definitely not me. I don't know where it's coming from. It must be Discord. Is it Discord echoing? Because I have echo cancellation on. I don't know. I don't hear it, so I'm not sure. I'm saying I don't hear anything on my end, so I don't know. If you're not hearing anything, I have no idea what it is.
I would need to check that, but no one's complained about it yet, so I would presume it's okay. Maybe there's a slight issue. Wait, let's. No, it doesn't sound echoey. I just listened on my phone, so. But yeah, okay. Thank you very much for the super chat. We have another super chat from Silhouetted Animator, which you can see on the screen right here. He says
they're saying it's fixed now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. He says hated that Legends never resolved Constantine's cliffhanger with many and the Brahera, I think they're called. I forgot how to say that.
It's basically witchcraft in Spanish. So
me too. I really, really wanted that. Like, I wanted that story to be properly resolved. And don't worry, guys, the sound is back. I was just doing a test with the sound, so that's why it went quiet. But yeah, I really wanted that story to properly be talked about because I really liked Constantine season 1. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think it's really good, and I fell in love with the Constantine character. So, it's something that was like close to me, and that's why I'm even more annoyed that like they're not doing normal Constantine, that they're doing like a random character, because I think it's a waste, like just personally. And also thank you to RCA for the 99-cent super chat as well. You just sent it in. So yeah, I appreciate all of you guys, and yeah, I think we have strong opinions on Legends from me and Eric. So maybe we're not.
If you guys are looking for reinforcement on Legends, this is probably not the two people you should be talking to.
Yeah.
Just being straight up.
Okay, let's move on to our final topic. Okay, so this is not DCTV related or DCEU related. However, I know all of you guys in the chat and Eric are going to want to talk about this. So, Doctor Strange. They released a new trailer. It's really cool. I really like it. What did you think, Eric? And let us know in the chat. What did you think of the new trailer?
Okay, so I loved it. I think it looks really good. There's a lot of people that love Sam Raimi, and I think this trailer
me too.
did everything to make. If you're a Sam Raimi fan, I mean, this trailer gave you pretty much everything you're looking forward to. And so I think it did a lot of great stuff. There's a lot of theories. I do have a concern, not necessarily related to this movie, but this is the second Marvel movie in 6 months where I think it's going to be 6 months, maybe 7 months, where the actual movie brings characters back, I think, from other franchises and does multiversal stuff. So Marvel's going to have 2 movies focusing on multiverse and nostalgia before The Flash ever comes out.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit worried that this is going to make it so that The Flash isn't as exciting as it could be because Marvel's going to have done it twice before we ever even get to the Flash movie.
Yeah.
So that's my only concern. But I love the trailer. I think it looked great.
Yeah, I think it looks great. I think your concerns are valid. Like, I mean, even just look at the Arrowverse. They did multiverse a long time ago. Season 2 of The Flash. Well,
Yeah.
season 1, they introduced it with, the portals opening and stuff. But yeah, like it's been a huge deal. It's kind of DC's thing, but also Marvel does it in the comics. Yeah, so I don't know. But talking about the trailer, I really, really enjoyed the trailer. I'm a big Sam Raimi fan. I'm looking forward to everything that is going down in this film. I really like Doctor Strange, especially, he had a nice cameo and, a decently big role in No Way Home, which I really enjoyed.
He had a lot more than I thought he was going to have in that movie.
Yeah, and then they tagged him
bit.
at the end. They tagged that trailer, and that was so exciting. Like, I think that's the best thing they could have done to get people hyped after, like, No Way Home. Like,
I'm all here for putting a fully fledged trailer as the mid-credit scene instead of something else. Like,
no, me
I think
too.
it's a great idea. So
I think it's like even cooler. Like, especially if it's like, okay, they released a new film and then they release a brand new trailer that no one's seen online. This trailer was released with the film, I'm pretty sure, and then they put it online. So it was kind of like, it was just crazy. Like, I was like, is this a post-credit scene? Like, why are we seeing so much? And then you're like, oh, damn, it's a trailer. So yeah, it was really cool. I'm looking forward to it, especially because Scarlet Witch is in it as well. Like, I really liked WandaVision.
Yeah.
I'm a big WandaVision fan. So yeah. What do you guys think?
I also like how we're getting multiple versions of Doctor Strange, and it also looks like we're going to be seeing. Yeah. So it's like, are people going to be super hype on the Flash when this happens, or is it going to be like we've already seen this twice now? We saw it in Spider-Man, we saw it in Doctor Strange. I mean, I'm going to love it as a comic book fan, but I'm talking about more of the general audiences. Like, are they going to be just not into all of that? I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure. So apparently RCA did send in a question, but it didn't come up. So the question is this, that went with the super chat. So did you see Breck Basinger's Instagram stories post with her Stargirl, with her on the Stargirl set wearing the Wildcat suit? Did you see that?
No, I think it was a story, and somebody else asked me if I'd seen it, and I looked earlier and it was gone. So I think it was just a story. I don't think it was an actual post.
Maybe it could be like a big thing, but I mean, I don't even know.
I don't think it means anything.
Yeah.
If that's the question, I don't think it means anything unless they come out. I mean, why? I just don't see any reason why they would do that. So it might have been a fun thing, like maybe she was wearing it on set to joke around or something. I don't know. Again, without seeing the photo myself, I can't guess what it would be about. So
yeah. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But thank you for the question. Let's see what people say. Did anyone? Can't wait for the new Doctor Strange movie, Cal says. Yeah, I'm very much so looking forward to it. But DC's got a big year this year. Like, we got Black Adam, we got The Flash, Aquaman.
Yeah, we got
That's
4
out.
DC movies coming out this year. 4.
Batgirl, right? I think
Was
Batgirl's
that?
coming out this year.
Oh, is it? So yeah, maybe more. I know
Yeah.
4 at least that I've seen trailers for or clips for.
Yeah, because I was talking to someone at Warner Bros. And we listed off, Black Adam, The Flash, Aquaman, The Batman, and then also Super Pets is happening, and also they are doing Batgirl according to this Warner Brothers person. So yeah, that's very exciting. Big DC year, but what other Marvel films are we getting apart from Doctor Strange? Anything?
Oh, this year, you would put me on the spot. I can't remember what they are.
I have
now.
no idea. Like, I can't.
Let me see. Hold on. I'll check.
I
know
only
the
think
shows
of
that are coming out.
What's the shows?
We're gonna get the Ms. Marvel show. We're getting Moon Knight.
I'm looking
They
forward to Moon
actually
Knight.
they put a couple of them off. I think the Secret Invasion and What If season 2 was pushed back. Let's see. I think we're getting Thor this year too, right? So Moon Knight comes out, then Doctor Strange, then Thor, then Ms. Marvel. And Black Panther's supposed to come out, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen. We're also getting She-Hulk this year, and the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, I think, comes out. So there's a lot of stuff coming out
So there's
from
more
Marvel as well.
TV stuff from Marvel.
So far, well, there's
films.
three big movies, but we'll see if Black Panther actually comes out. We also have Morbius, but I don't know if Morbius counts or not.
That's Venomverse, Sonyverse. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I totally forgot about like Thor.
There's a huge spoiler in the chat. I don't know if you want to look at that or not, but it's a huge spoiler. It's about Peacemaker, and I'm actually surprised somebody dropped that.
One of the moderators take it away, whatever it is. Please. Lone Wolf sends in a £3 super chat. Thank you very much. Well, it's not super chat, it's a donation. So, after seeing all the Spider-Man films, would you say Toby is the best Peter? Andrew is the best. Andrew's the best Spider-Man, and Tom is the best balance of both. Okay, so Toby is the best Peter, Andrew is the best Spider-Man, and Tom is the best balance of both. What do you think, Eric?
I like Andrew, period. He's my favorite Peter and my favorite Spider-Man.
I like you, Eric. I freaking like you. That is
he's my favorite.
I think.
I would say in order for me, it would be Andrew, Tom, and then Toby. And no offense to Toby, because I think Toby is fine. Toby, even when he was playing Spider-Man back in the early 2000s, he read way too old for me for Spider-Man. He seemed like his character just seemed like he should have been married with like 3 kids. I don't know. He didn't read as a younger Spider-Man to me. I like the idea if you're going to be starting out with Spider-Man from the beginning, he needs to start out as someone who's at least in college. And Toby just never read that for me. So, but I did like the second Spider-Man movie in the Sam Raimi's with Doc Ock and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, my favorite Spider-Man and my favorite Peter will always be Andrew. I mean, I just think that he's something about him just works for me.
That's interesting. Well, Andrew's my favorite, but I really have it's really between him and Toby for me, because I really have a strong connection to those films, because they were coming out literally as throughout my childhood. So like I remember, watching them at home, and like we had like the DVD or the tape when it came out, and then we used to watch it non-stop. So I have a strong connection to that. But I think overall Andrew's the best. But I really like Tobey's Spider-Man films. And I like Tom Holland, but I'm never gonna say he's better than those two in my opinion. Like I think someone brings up Thomas in the chat brings up something important. I think Tom Holland kind of plays Tom Holland in most of his films. He's good as a teenager, like as Spider-Man. I think he's good, and I really like him, but I really don't think he's as strong as an actor as the other two, in my opinion. But I do like his films at least. And then, like, talking of, well, Thomas mentions Nathan Drake.
You know, a lot of people have said that I should probably like Toby more because he was because I was at that era when it came out, like because of my age and everything.
Yeah.
But I think nostalgically for me, I like the idea of those early movies, but I still think Andrew to me is a better modern Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
No, that makes sense.
Personally.
I
I wanted to see him in the MCU. Like when I heard Spider-Man was coming to the MCU, I wanted to see.
Yeah, I freaked
Andrew
out
in
the
the
most
MCU.
when I saw him in No Way Home. Sorry for spoilers.
The crowd went crazy for him. Like there were people that screamed for Toby, but people went crazy for Andrew Garfield.
Andrew, yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
Okay, we have Lone Wolf sending in the super chat who says Andrew is my favorite.
After this, I have to head out. By the way.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up here as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting throughout the entire stream, and thanks to everyone who sent in super chats and also participated through the link. I really appreciate you guys for doing a bit of both because it's just a test, and we'll see if we do it next week or not. But yeah. It was interesting. I think Superman Lois comes back next week, right?
Yeah, well, I think everything comes back next week because the Olympics will be over. So
okay. I don't know what's everything because I don't watch Legends or anything. But anyway, so we'll be talking about that next week. So come back next Thursday. Remember, check out Eric's channel for his Superman video. He did it on the Superboy stuff. I watched that earlier, and I'm sure a lot of you guys did, but you should watch it if you haven't. And yeah, for now, thanks for watching. And there's going to be a quiz stream in a minute on Eric's channel. So yeah, we'll see you guys later and let Eric go. So bye-bye.